just a little inspiration. All the travel tips in the world don't matter until you decide to make travel a priority. Once you do that, there are always times you can find to travel. There are ways to make travel happen.
Let's dig in. All right. So Steph's year of trips. My big trips, I did a Swiss Alps train trip. I did a Barbados beach escape girls trip. I did a high-end luxury Japan trip, sunshine and tapas in Spain. Costa Rica surf trip. That was actually a lot of just laying on the beach doing nothing. Okay. Quarterly lounge meetups. So these were for the JGOOT Lounge. We hang out quarterly. So I did those meetups, and that included the cruise conference we had. And then I also had other weekend trips or just kind of shorter trips. So I did surfing in Oceanside twice, a birthday trip to Florida, visited family in Charlotte, spoke at a conference in Chicago. I took a winter escape to Arizona. So let's do a deep dive. I'm not going to deep dive into every trip. That would take far too long, but I picked 3 of the big trips that were done the most JGOOT-y way. Okay, Switzerland. I booked Air France from Miami to Paris a year in advance. I did not know my itinerary at all. All I knew was I wanted to go on like one of the trains. I had no idea what else we were going to do. I was just like, let me get some airfare a year in advance. Air France was selling their points at the time with 100% bonus. So I actually purchased points. So I spent cash. I purchased 100,000 points for $1,500. That's enough for 2 people one way. At the time, it was scary because I speculatively bought the points. The 100% bonus was expiring before the dates I needed would open. So I had to buy the points in advance and then hope I could find that 50,000 point price. So I actually do travel with specific dates, and I think people don't realize that about me. I do have specific dates a lot.
This one you combined with your fortunately very flexible schedule for the when it comes to work and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You had to combine that with P2's far less flexible schedule to make this work.
Mm-hmm. I did book the Bernina Express and the Glacier Express trains. They both involve a reservation and a ticket, 2 separate transactions that cost separate money. And they go on sale at different times, and I messed this up. I thought they went on sale at the same time. Turns out the reservation goes on sale way more in advance than the ticket does. And the reservation is the most important part, that you got to get in there like the day that it opens. I want to say it's 6 months, but again, Google it. Don't just take my word for it right here. But that was like a pitfall to avoid. If you want to do a trip like this, make sure you are very, very familiar with how the trains in Switzerland are booked, the scenic ones. Lodging was tough. There were not chain hotels really where I was. Book your lodging really far in advance and expect to pay cash. You're not going to be using points really much on in these little towns in Switzerland. There's just not big hotels there. So some other stuff that I booked a hotel in Geneva with a Privé agent, and then I did book the Park Hyatt Zurich for 40,000 points. That was a splurge. I didn't necessarily need to go somewhere that nice, but I was like, why not wrap up this trip with like a really bougie Park Hyatt, you know? And then my return trip, I booked on Iberia, business class, 42,000 points. At the time, it's gone up in price a little bit, but like I said, this was a year and a half ago when I booked this, almost 2 years ago when I booked it. So this was Zurich to Madrid to Chicago, 42,000 points each, and that was in business lie flat. So the me that booked the flight thought it'd be fine to land in Chicago O'Hare and get a Southwest flight out of Midway to get home like 5 hours later. And when I
did that when we were in Chicago. I did exactly that and regretted it so bad.
I'll never do it again. And I booked on American. Luckily, it was only like 8,000 points. So luckily, it was cheap and it was available, but it was about $300 cash. And I swear I would have paid that $300 in the moment, because that's how badly I did not want to take the ride to Midway. So learn from my mistake. Don't fly into O'Hare and get a flight out of Midway, because when the day comes, you're not going to want to get on that flight. And then I used a free night certificate that I get with Hyatt from my Hyatt stays for my Miami positioning hotel. So I went to Miami the night before, used Southwest and my companion pass to get there. So grand totals, I paid, this includes buying points, right? I paid, and this is for 2 people. I paid $3,000-ish and 68,000 points for all my airfare. And that included a really expensive flight from Paris to Geneva. Hotels, 2,000. That was like all the little boutique hotels around Switzerland. Yeah. And the Geneva hotel too was cash. So lots of cash hotels. And then total cash value of the trip was 17 grand. So I paid
so
about $5.
you're about $5,000 out of pocket for a $17,000 luxury vacation with business class flights and boutique hotels with a view.
Yeah, none of those were the basic room either. All of those were like some type of higher upgraded room. Okay, now if you thought this one was crazy, right? Can we go back 17,000? If you thought that was crazy, wait till you see Japan. Okay, so to Japan, I flew on Singapore Air. I got a ridiculous deal that could never be replicated. I paired a build to transfer bonus to Air Canada. It was 150% bonus because of the status I had with Built at the time. But if you want to fly this Singapore route from LAX to Narita, you still can. You could book it directly on Singapore. It's available sometimes, I'd say maybe 60% of the time if you look a year in advance, you can find this route. You will not pay 33,000 points for it. You will pay 107,000 points for it. But you could still fly it, and it is a fantastic flight. I had a great time.
And let's throw out here, Joel is in the chat, our fearless leader out there. For the record, our philosophy at JGOOT is that you should ignore intermediate and advanced strategies until you're booking at least $10,000 to $20,000 a year in free travel with just the basics. The whole idea, Stephanie, what she's kind of walking through here is what's possible if you will invest the time to get good at this, to learn what it is that we teach. You could do 10 to 20,000 a year and well beyond that.
All right, let's keep on moving through Japan. So my flight home was on Japan Airlines, points, business class. This I paid 88,000 points per person for, so almost triple what I paid to get there. I stayed in the Park Hyatt Kyoto in a suite here that had a Japanese Zen garden on the terrace. And I spent a week in Tokyo at the Hyatt Centric Ginza, which is in the shopping district. So these were my grand totals. And this was like a 13-day trip. So hotels, spent 2,485. Travel meals, again, these are just the day of travel. All my meals were covered by either airport lounges. The flights itself all served multiple meals. Airfare, I spent $840 in taxes and fees, and then 264,000 points for round trip, 2 people, luxury business class airfare. My positioning hotel was $127. I positioned to LAX. So total cash value is almost $26,000 trip. Spain, I flew Iberia one way and Aer Lingus the other. I didn't get the flight I wanted on Iberia outbound. You know, the best part of this, Anthony, is a lounger, a JGOOT lounger booked the flight I wanted. So we stayed at the Thompson Madrid. I used cash actually because I didn't like the point redemption. It wasn't 2 cents. So I just forked over the cash because this is one of my favorite hotels in the world. Also got upgraded at the Hyatt Regency. So we stayed at the Regency on our last night out before the airport, and our first night in, because I had to book that like extra night. So we stayed at the Regency twice. First night, no upgrade, but second night did get upgraded to, I forget the name of the suite, but it was really nice. Also did 2 nights in Valencia and used my Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts credit that I get by having an Amex Platinum card to get $200 off this room, which was about a free night because it was like $230 or so a night anyway. So I got like 1 free-ish night, paid for 1 night, and then got free breakfast, an upgrade to oceanfront room, and something else, $100 off a bar credit or something, all for doing this through Amex. So grand total, I spent 120,000 points and about $4,000. Some of this was just cash for the Thompson, and the total value was just about 20 grand. And this was a 10 cent per point value total overall. All
3 trips, I mean, are what most of us would be a goal to even do once. And you managed to pull off 3 of these, well, more, but 3 of these that you broke down for us in a year here. And again, the idea isn't, if you're brand new to JGOOT, it's not that run out and attempt to do this tomorrow. This is the result of learning this process and practicing it and starting with the beginner level basic stuff that we teach, because that's what provides the foundation to keep moving forward. If you haven't found your first 2 cent Hyatt redemption yet, don't run out and try to book this tomorrow. Let it be inspiration to find the Hyatt redemption so that you can move on to the next thing and kind of keep moving up the ladder here, because it only gets more valuable.
Cool. So JGOOT tips I use. So this is just like a running list of everything that we teach at JGOOT. various levels, right? Some of this we teach for free here in the village. Sometimes some of these things we teach in the vault or in redemption or earning multipliers or in the JGOOT lounge, right? Those are different levels of things we offer. These are from all the levels.
Before we do, I just want to throw this out from Joel. He dropped this in the chat earlier, but just a little inspiration. All the travel tips in the world don't matter until you decide to make travel a priority. Once you do that, there are always times you can find to travel. There are ways to make travel happen. There are all the strategies in the world, but until you decide that travel is a priority for me, it's never going to happen. I think that's one of the things that sets Steph, obviously you apart, and our lounge members apart.